This program is proudly brought to you by Puma Energy and proudly supported by BSB, official sponsor of the 2015 Pacific Games, and New Guinea, exclusive carrier for the 2015 Pacific Games, and Coral Sea Hotels, preferred accommodation provider of the 2015 Pacific Games. Good evening and welcome to the second episode of Road to Port Moresby 2015.
Now this week we take a glimpse into the Sir John Guy Stadium, a final farewell to the tennis club, and we also get an insight into the life of PNG sprint queen Toya Whistle. Now
Toya Whistle was the flag bearer at the 2012 Summer Olympics. She was also a gold medalist at the 2006 Commonwealth Games.
And Lorraine, additional to those statistics, she also won 5 gold medals in the recent Pacific Games in New Caledonia.
In this segment, we take a look at how she balances her personal, professional and social life. While infrastructural preparation for the upcoming Pacific Games is on the way, individuals who will participate in the Games are also looking forward to next year. For some, maintaining their titles in respective sports is a responsibility they cannot ignore, as sports has become a part of their lives. In some sports, it takes more than just the physical training for a sportsperson to be a sensation. Papua New Guinea's female sprinter, who is popularly known as PNG Sprint Queen, a title she earned after she won 5 gold medals at the Pacific Games in New Caledonia, Toya Whistle says balancing her time between her training and other commitments has been a vital aspect in her everyday life. In Australia, she trains under the watchful eye of her coach, Lloyd Way.
I train every day. Sport is part of my job and sport is part of my life. Monday I do track. Tuesday I 7:30 in the morning, go to the gym, rest, then 2:30 in the afternoon. On Wednesday, pool session in the morning, training, then rest all day in the afternoon. Thursday, rest morning, training in the afternoon at 2. Friday, do pool in the morning. And it's winter time in Australia, but wake up 7 o'clock in the morning, go to the pool, and then back into the gym. And pump the gym up to keep our body moving. And Saturday, just training in the morning, do long runs and rest all day on Sunday, and then back training on Mondays.
Despite her busy training schedules in Brisbane, Australia, nothing stops this healthy young female athlete from having healthy meals daily.
I cook steak with salad, mashed potato, or steak with steamed vegetables, or salad with gravy, or sweet potato with chicken, boiled chicken, or sometimes when I miss home food, I just cook sweet potato and natural greens and just eat.
Toya says a sport has its ups and downs, but she has people who care for her and are always by her side to support her. Her Australian partner, medical student Dallas Chilcott, has been her biggest supporter and greatest strength.
My partner, yes. When I go through with, sport is so many, it's not, you're not gonna be happy all the time. Sometimes you can go in troubles and, you can face so many problems, but if you have someone beside you and they love you for you and understand you, and that's the most important thing in your life. So I find my best friend and he's helped me. And but he always pushed me and always be there for me, no matter what happened. Always be there for me.
Toya also has a good group of friends who she hangs out with during free times.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of friends. They are nice. I got a lot of friends. Some of them are good, some of them are bad, but you can have good friends. Your best friend, they can help you. And when you go to downhills, they help you and encourage you and you represent PNG and don't give up. Just keep going.
From personal experiences, regardless of whether a person is highly educated or not, she believes that sports can always take a person to a higher level. Toya said that future athletes who wish to follow in her footsteps can also realize their potentials if they learn to put God first in their career, and everything else will fall in line.
For my experience, I didn't go to school. Sports bring me that level where I am right now. And for my encouragement to young ones, put God first in your life. When you do stuff, you want to do sports, you have school, but you make timetable for your schedule, what you want to do, school, training. You love sports, don't give up. Sometimes you want really good, but training, force yourself, I can do better than this, then you succeed in your dreams.
This strong Juaka lady is determined to complete her education and become a physiotherapist when her sporting career ends in 2018. She also looks at starting a family of her own someday.
I'll go back to school, learn reading and writing, and I want to be a coach and help trying to show my experience to young ones back in PNG and trying to come home and have kids do coaching and help help coach back home, and I want to be a physiotherapist in future. It's my aim.
Away they go. Green in 2 has got away pretty well. So has Selvon in the red beside her for Trinidad and Tobago. Green leading at the moment. Selvon giving us some competition. On the near side going well for Papua New Guinea in 2 as well as Weasel. But
at the moment, she's looking forward to representing Papua New Guinea in the upcoming 2015 Pacific Games.
See you all at the 2015 Games.
Sports Minister Justin Chichenko recently visited the indoor complex of the Sir John Guy Stadium, which is currently still under construction.
Now, the indoor complex will be host to a number of indoor sports. That's basketball, weightlifting, boxing and taekwondo, just to name a few. Sports Minister also made a mention that although the government is 2 years behind schedule on the infrastructure of the Pacific Games venues, he himself is pleased with the progress so far.
And also on the same note, Prime Minister Peter O'Neill ensures that the 2015 Games will be a memorable event and promises the best possible outcomes of the Games. Minister Chichenko was accompanied on the site inspection of the Sir John Guy's indoor complex at Waigani by Pacific Games Authority Chairman Costas Constantino, Peddlethorpe, Senior Project Manager Shane Phillips and managers of contractors Phoenix Builders from Malaysia. The minister said as from 1st of November, when all materials are on site, workers will be on the job 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
We are on a tight schedule, and the indoor complex is a very important construction site and venue for the Pacific Games 2015. So far so good. All the procurements are going along well for the materials for this particular indoor complex. They'll have 3 shifts as of the 1st of November, which means that they'll be working 24 hours a day until this is completed by the end of May 2015. So that's the prediction of the completion of this complex. They have engaged New Zealand and Australian companies to do the flooring, the seating, the roofing and many other aspects of this indoor stadium, which is fantastic because really at the end of the day Phoenix will be the project manager managing all these other professional companies that will be fitting out this indoor stadium and making it very, very modernised and taking us forward into the next 20-30 years. including will be a whole range of offices, as well as electronic scoreboards, and completely upgrading the old Sejong Stadium to the brand new one. So I'm looking forward to May. I'm having with the chairman regular meetings every week at all construction sites with all contractors to ensure that our government, my ministry and the Pacific Games doesn't fail our people and our country, to ensure that we host one of the best Pacific Games that this country and the Pacific has ever seen.
He said the work is carried out at a cost of 60 million kina and has appointed Peddlethorpe as project manager on behalf of the government to ensure the deadline is met.
The indoor stadium contract was tendered out for 60 million kina, which includes all architectural designs, project management, materials, staff, labour and the contract. So it's worked in very, very well, and great value for money.
The minister said an added bonus to ensure the work is completed on time is that the Games Authority chairman has a proven construction background.
With a fantastic chairman with all his experience, and all his staff with the Venues Committee, the Pacific Games Authority that we've got there moving forward, and everybody associated. They're working 24/7 to ensure that this Games 2015 is an absolute success. We've put our money where our mouth is, and we're moving forward in the right direction for everybody's benefit and for sport in our country, and basically upgrading our whole city overnight.
He said the government is 2 years behind schedule on work for the Pacific Games infrastructures, and Prime Minister Peter O'Neill has been supportive to ensure the Games are delivered.
When our Prime Minister and our government took over in 2012, the Games were already 2 years behind schedule at that time. Now we've caught that up. We've worked very, very hard, and we've caught up those 2 years to now get these Games on time and successfully competed in 2015. So there will be a Pacific Games, and it will make our nation proud, and really show PNG can produce an international successful event.
The minister said that by November 1st, there will be 70 expatriates and more than 100 nationals working on the project.
Yeah, I mean, the ratio is very good. The ratio is 2-to-1, 2 Papua New Guineans to 1 expatriate. Expatriates come here, give valuable expertise and experience to ensure our Papua New Guineans are also trained and taught correct ways in building and maintenance and construction, which is fantastic. So I'm very happy that a lot of our Papua New Guineans are getting huge benefits out of all this construction work that is happening for the Pacific Games.
All facilities now under construction, he said, will be of world-class standards and will attract athletes from Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah, what we've done is that we've upgraded the seating capacity from about 1,000 people now to 2,000 people. So any events that are held here, like weightlifting, boxing or martial arts or any of those sort of sports, will be able to have a full capacity crowd watching and supporting Papua New Guinea when they win gold, and or any other competitions that they want to have in the future. International conferences and sporting events to come here to Papua New Guinea will have a world-class facility when this is complete.
The indoor complex, when completed, will host sports such as weightlifting, basketball, taekwondo, karate and boxing. It will have a seating capacity of around 2,000 people.
Recently, we gave a final farewell to the tennis club, which was opened in 1991 for the 9th South Pacific Games.
And 23 years later, it finally receives a makeover.
Now, the makeover consists of a full refurbishment of all 9 tennis courts and 3 squash courts. This will assist the drive in restoring squash and tennis's former reputation.
The tennis club was opened in 1991 by former Governor-General late Cesare Harry for the 9th South Pacific Games. After 23 years, the club is in for a brand new start with a complete makeover. Sports Minister Justin Kachenko with Pacific Games venue, Infrastructure and Equipment Committee Chairperson Mel Donnell, made a point to have the club fully refurbished of all 9 tennis courts, the building that houses the administration and clubhouse, and 3 new squash courts. The groundbreaking for WAC to commence has been done and is set to be completed on time for the 2015 Pacific Games.
The government is totally committed with its funding and its management and direction to ensure that this Pacific Games is an absolute success for all sporting codes and especially for our country and its athletes. This facility here, hidden away, is something very special, and I'm very happy to know that all the tennis courts and the 3 new squash courts will be built and finished and ready for July 4th, 2015.
This is an artistic impression of some of the features of the new-look tennis and squash club. There are promising signs displayed by the hard-working VIAC team under the Pacific Games Authority headed by Costas Constantino to make sure the Games leave a lasting legacy. Once completed and back to its former glory, the players will be back on the courts, reviving the coveted PNG Open going forward after the 2015 Pacific Games. Looking at the other venues, the home of swimming, the Taroma Aquatic Center, is taking shape. The rundown Murray Barracks Theatre was transformed to a multi-sports complex for the athletes to train in preparations for the 2015 Games. The facility is divided into parts with hall, gymnasium with fully fitting equipment, courtesy of Brian Bell, and multi-courts, and a brand new 25-meter-long swimming pool. Prime Minister Peter O'Neill opened the refurbished complex and even tried out the equipment.
Now, many times it's easier that we always go for the easy solution. That is to knock it down and rebuild something else. But that doesn't tell you about the character and history of the place. And sometimes you don't appreciate that these buildings were here for a long, long time. So I'm very pleased that we are able to restore it so that our future generations can also have the access of utilizing these facilities.
Mr. O'Neill said PNG will make sure to give a memorable and one to be remembered by all 22 Pacific Island nations who will be coming in numbers. He made a commitment to deliver a best possible outcome both in the running of the Games and the facilities used during the Games. The national government, with support thrown into hosting the 15th Pacific Games, on the other hand, provides the basic necessity on the list of focus areas like improving infrastructure, which have been neglected and left in a dilapidated state. The example is the Taroma swimming pool.
It gives me great pleasure to once again reopen this historic building for our defense force and our sportsmen who are going to use. And now officially open.
It will be used by soldiers for training and the Taroma Swimming Club. It's a way forward to tie relationships between the government, the public and the private sector in the name of the Pacific Games.
And that's all we have for you for the second episode of Road to Port Moresby 2015.
We hope you've enjoyed it. We will be back with more in a fortnight with more on updates of the venues and profiles. Good night and have a pleasant evening. This program was proudly brought to you by Puma Energy and proudly supported by BSB, official sponsor of the 2015 Pacific Games, and New Guinea, exclusive carrier for the 2015 Pacific Games, and Coral Sea Hotels, preferred accommodation provider of the 2015 Pacific Games.